Veneto, a region in northwestern Italy, boasts a rich history that spans from antiquity to the modern era. Its watery capital, Venice, is the best-known city in the region and one of the most famous in the modern country of Italy. But the Venetian Republic predates Italy by centuries, and some would like to restore its independence. So let's look at the impressive history of Veneto and the issue of greater autonomy or even secession from Italy. Known for its cultural and economic significance, Veneto has long been a hub of influence, with its history marked by the rise and fall of the Venetian Republic. The roots of Veneto can be traced back to the ancient Veneti people, an Italic tribe that inhabited the region before its conquest by the Romans in the 2nd century BC. Under Roman rule, the area flourished as a centre of trade, infrastructure and culture, benefiting from its position along critical routes connecting northern Europe to the Mediterranean. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century AD, Veneto experienced a turbulent period, falling under Byzantine rule. The foundations of Venice emerged during this time as inhabitants of the lagoon sought refuge from invasions. And by the early Middle Ages, Venice had begun to assert itself as an economic and political power, with the Venetian Republic formally emerging by the 9th century. For nearly 1,000 years, the Venetian Republic was one of the most influential and enduring powers in Europe. By the late Middle Ages, Venice dominated Mediterranean trade, acting as a crucial link between Europe and the East. Its strategic location allowed it to monopolise the lucrative trade in spices, silks and other luxury goods, transforming the city-state into a beacon of wealth and power. The political system of the Venetian Republic was distinctive for its relative stability and early form of effective and complex republican governance. At its heart was the Doge, an elected leader who served for life. However, the Doge's power was carefully limited by a complex system of checks and balances. Authority was shared among various councils, including the Great Council, composed of Venice's aristocratic families, and the Senate, which oversaw foreign policy and trade. Despite this apparently enlightened electoral system, the feared Council of Ten functioned as a shadowy body that enforced state security and maintained internal control. This system of government was designed to prevent the concentration of power and ensure the Republic's resilience. Despite its oligarchic nature, Venice was innovative in its administrative organisation, making it one of the most politically stable entities of the medieval and early modern periods. In an era of kings, it stood out as an example of a system that would flourish later in history. The Republic's maritime dominance extended across the Adriatic and the eastern Mediterranean, with its territories including Dalmatia, Crete and Cyprus. Signs of this overseas empire can still be seen in the former colonies, such as here in Zadar, modern Croatia, where the proud lion of St. Mark still stands on this historic fortified gate. Culturally, Venice was a hub of the Renaissance, producing artistic and architectural masterpieces by figures such as Titian and Palladio. Its unique canals and palaces reflected the wealth and ingenuity of the Republic, solidifying its reputation as a marvel of European civilization. The Venetian Republic's decline began in the 17th century, as changing trade routes and the rise of other European powers, particularly Portugal and Spain, eroded its dominance. By 1797, Venice fell to Napoleon Bonaparte, marking the end of its independence. Under the Treaty of Campo Formio, the territory was ceded to Austria. After a brief period under Napoleonic rule, Veneto returned to Austrian control in 1815. The 19th century saw rising nationalist sentiment in Veneto, culminating in uprisings during the 1848 revolutions. These movements ultimately set the stage for Veneto's eventual incorporation into the Kingdom of Italy in 1866, following the Austro-Prussian War. In the 20th century, Veneto transitioned from an agricultural economy to one of Italy's wealthiest and most industrialized regions. However, regional pride and discontent with centralized governance in Rome persisted. Many Venetians argue that as a net contributor to the national economy, Veneto bears an unfair burden in supporting the less prosperous areas of southern Italy. Movements advocating for greater autonomy or outright independence have gained traction in recent decades. In 2014, a symbolic online referendum on Veneto's independence reportedly garnered overwhelming support, though it lacked legal standing. The movement gained further momentum in 2017 when a legally recognised referendum on greater autonomy was held. More than 98% of voters supported the call for increased powers, though this fell short of demanding full independence. So, do you think Veneto could or should go it alone? This is the first in what may become an ad hoc series on European independence movements, so let me know what other examples you might want to see on the channel. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube. Super thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.